I'm here in beautiful Sun City with none other than Peter Montopoli, General Secretary of the Canadian Soccer Association. So Peter, not a bad place to stay for the month, is it?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate here. We're in Sun City, and although it's been rather cool, but we've got a great location, Gareth, no troubles.
And you've had some great games in Rustenburg thus far. Of course, the England-USA game, a great match yesterday between Australia and Ghana. What is your role specifically, and what are you doing here, Peter?
Well, I'm the FIFA General Coordinator, and the General Coordinator is the person who's responsible for the entire site, so the entire venue, the stadium, all the hotels. So principally, generally, the entire operations of the whole Rustenburg site fall on my shoulders, but we have a complete staff, a FIFA staff, an LOC, and volunteers to make sure that it all works together.
And the Canadian Soccer Association is applying for the 2015 Women's World Cup, correct? So is this part of the learning process and learning what goes right and what can be improved on and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it certainly helps for us, and principally myself, to take it back to our organization and say, hey, this is how FIFA runs the tournament, this is what we need to do, this is something we should stay away from, to make sure that we probably put our best bid forward to win that bid for 2015 for Canada.
Yeah, it's exciting times, and the one common question that everyone asks here, Peter, is why isn't Canada here? Why isn't Canada in the World Cup? And I guess that you are pretty sick of hearing that question as well.
Okay, yeah, but you know, to be fair, let's think about how it all starts. I mean, there's 200 countries that participate and try and qualify. Out of 232 do get here. FIFA requires 900 matches to get to 32 countries here. So let's put it in perspective, you know, where we are. But I think we should have a better chance in the future through CONCACAF, through a better qualification procedure that they're putting forward to give us an opportunity to qualify for the future.
What's the difference between the teams that you're seeing play here and the Canadian national team to this point? Because in terms of quality of players, you know, Canada's producing more and more players each and every year that are, you know, that play around the world, and some of the top club teams around the world. So what's the biggest difference to this point?
Well, I think maybe some of these players have had greater international experience than maybe some of our players. And more depth in pool. And I think our head coach, Stephen Hart, has always said we need to have 2, 3, 4 players in each position in order for us to be at a, you know, World Cup ready level. And I think we're getting there. We just need more players. And I think some of these countries do have a depth pool that we may not have at this point in time.
Do you think it's very important for Canada to be here, and whether it's in Brazil in 2014 or 2018 or beyond?
Well, I think it's important because it adds credibility to the sport in Canada, and I think it adds credibility certainly to the organization. We are the largest participation sport, but you know, we have to translate participation to high performance. I think people have to be realistic in that because you have participation, that doesn't mean high performance, and I think we need to better educate our people in our country what high performance really is. You know, we saw high performance at the Winter Olympics. That's really what high performance is. We need to translate now participation into high performance. That takes a long time and a lot of work.
Gotta ask you this, I've been talking to numerous people from numerous countries at this tournament. Do you think that Canada's capable of hosting a World Cup? And do you see Canada maybe applying, maybe not the near future, but you know, in the next couple decades?
Well, I think we'll have to see first off if CONCACAF wins one of the bids for 2018, 2022, and that would be America. If that is the case, then it would be a long road in order for Canada to host again for CONCACAF through the rotational cycle. What we would need, Gareth, we would need a minimum of 10 stadiums of 50,000 seats, modern stadiums. So I think you just have to do the math and see, do we have that currently? And if we don't, what would it require for us to have that? That's really what's needed.
Before I let you go, have you had a really special experience? I mean, what's your most memorable moment thus far here in South Africa?
Well, you know, I think there's a couple certainly that stand out. One are the volunteers and the people we're working with here. The people in South Africa are just tremendous, as you've experienced. The people are just superb, great people. I've enjoyed very much that experience. And then the second one would certainly be marching out with the teams for the England-United States match, and just to see the sea of colors and spirit. Those are things you never forget in your life.
I saw you on television. You were very stylish that night, Peter. Very stylish. Peter Montopoli, ladies and gentlemen. For QMI Agency, the Casino Rama Grill Room, I'm Gareth Wheeler from Sun City, South Africa.